All rumored possible Harris VPs that I could find. Hi, chat. Kamala Harris is vice presidential candidate, July 24 tier list maker. Or July 2024 tier list maker. Up first, we have Big Gretch. Okay, I'm going to resort to some of Edgar Mentum's commentary on this as well. Okay. On this issue, Edgar Mentum, of course, has Gretchen Whitmer at S tier. I disagree with him on this. I don't think she's S tier. I think she's great. She's my favorite pick for it as well. Having said that, however, I don't think a double woman ticket would be great. I obviously, as you guys know, I like Gretchen Whitmer. I've said that would be the best person to replace the ticket entirely, potentially. Immediate lock in Michigan. Very popular governor with a very popular policy mandate overall. Very popular mandate overall. As the governor, Gretchen Esther Whitmer is an American lawyer and politician serving as the 49th governor of Michigan since 2019. Member of the Democratic Party. She served in the Michigan House of Reps from 2001 to 2006 and in the Michigan Senate from 2006 to 2015. Whitmer is born and raised. She's 52 years old. So she's definitely on the younger side. Okay? She's a looker as well, which definitely is important. Now, Gretchen Whitmer has already declined the nomination. Okay? She has already declined the nomination and has endorsed Kamala Harris, said she isn't interested in being vice president. That is because I believe she's interested in being president. And one day she might be. Okay? Gretchen Whitmer would be in the no-shot category because she already said she would not do it. Even though if it was my own personal opinion, I would put her as the pick as the president, not even just the vice president. Are you rating people on who you want or who you think is going to get in? Both. And I will explain to you all of it. Gretchen Whitmer has a pretty solid track record in Michigan. Very progressive. Fought for a lot of progressive issues. Okay. Fought for a lot of progressive issues in the state of Michigan. She also has this song made about her. That's why they call her Big Gretch by G-Mac Cash.
Hey, on behalf
Primo
of Detroit,
beats on the chat.
hey, we want to present these buffs to our governor,
Hey,
Big Gretch.
throw the buffs on her face, cause that's Big Gretch. We ain't even about to stress. We got Big Gretch. You can find her in the press under Big Gretch.
Real.
Fresh in a new dress. Yeah, that's Big Gretch. Throw the buffs on her face, cause that's Big Gretch. We ain't even about to stress. We got Big Gretch.
At all.
You can find her.
Her pledge when she was running for governor in the gubernatorial race in 2019 was literally to fix the damn roads. Not even a joke. That's literally what she said. And she beat her Republican opponent, the then Michigan Attorney General Bill Schwett, by nearly 10 points. She won re-election in 2022, defeating Republican Tudor Dixon by nearly 11 points. Her popularity increased in the time frame. That same year, Gretchen Whitmer championed abortion rights ballot measure that passed with nearly 57% support. Okay? As you recall, this is an abortion race for the Democrats. All right? Obviously, this makes it so that, you know, someone like Gretchen Whitmer with a track record on protecting abortion in her own state would make her a phenomenal pick. I'm saying all of this even though, like I mentioned, she's not, you know, she's already said no. She's already said no to that. Okay? She's passed gun safety measures, clean energy legislation, repealed Michigan's right to work law. She's pretty fucking solid. Pretty progressive track record. On the issue of Gaza, she was one of the only Democrats, like across the board post October 7, to go radio silent for the most part, only to then say like Israel has a right to defend itself, all that stuff. But there was a real reason why she went kind of radio silent on Israel, because she happens to be the governor of not just Michigan, but also Dearborn, Michigan, where there's a big Arab constituency, big Muslim constituency, big Arab constituency. So she called for peace in the region, which I thought was fucking awesome. Okay. Pathetic on her part. Okay. Y'all are on crack cocaine if you think that literally on like October 9, someone's saying peace in the Middle East on October 9 as a Democratic Party elected representative, elected politician. That's basically like saying Israel must perish. Okay. Like in terms of like October 9, saying peace in the Middle East, please, is literally like akin to saying Israel will pay for its crimes. Okay. She didn't even say Middle East. She said in the region. You're out of your fucking mind. Subdue your goddamn expectations and reorient them to what the Democratic Party currently looks like. Okay? You're out of your dang mind. Now, her weakness is on the Medicare for All front. She has family connections to the pharmaceutical industry. But overall, she's like pretty fucking solid on a lot of issues that matter to the Democratic Party. However, like I said, considering the fact that she says she's not going to do it, I put her in the no shot category. Up next is my governor. And my governor is an asshole. He is an adulterer, a serial adulterer, and he also happens to look like he could be a president in a straight-to-DVD released movie. Okay? Some might consider that to be a pro. I don't know. Okay? Gruesome Newsom is from the state of California. Vice President Kamala Harris is also from California. Not entirely sure how that works. Considering that Kamala Harris has been the vice president now and not exactly a senator from California any longer. So I don't know if there's like that constitutional hurdle to clear on that front. But regardless of that, double California ticket is ridiculous. California is already a deep blue state. Governor of California also has a lot of California stink for the rest of the country, considering the crime panic that swept up Sinclair Broadcasting and all local news and even network television for the past fucking 4 years, seemingly. The idea that like the Republican Bashar didn't get a vetting request, and only got it from Cooper from North Carolina, Kelly from Arizona, Shapiro from PA, Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan, even though Whitmer said no, and Waltz and Pritzker. I haven't really talked about Waltz either. According to a person familiar, Bashir told CNN he hasn't been asked to submit info at this point. Nothing for Pete Buttigieg? Oh, God, fucking Ukrainian flag in the bio, Andy. Now, getting back to the hopefuls and getting back to all of that, let's talk about it. Consider that he's lying? No, he's not. That's copium. So, California is seen as a crime-ridden shithole where the youth are being transed with radio communication, telecommunication rays, and 5G coronavirus rays at an alarming rate for the rest of the country. Okay? So that California stink is not something that Governor Gavin Newsom is going to be able to wash off of himself. some of that California stink is true. Like, when I say stink, I mean literally, like, there's a massive homelessness problem in the state. People are doing dookies on the street, and that is directly a consequence of his failure to govern, and actually bring about housing policy that the people seemingly democratically vote for pretty much every fucking election and midterm election cycle. Okay? Californians love voting for every fucking bluest measure that they possibly could find. Okay? You put a goddamn blue measure on there. You put a measure like we have to restore the means of production to the working class. We have to put landlords in jail. Californians will vote for it, okay? By overwhelming majorities. I've never seen a ballot measure that Californians have not considered to be a bad ballot measure, as long as it's like presented in clear terms and communicated to the population that it's actually a solid measure, with the exception of Prop 22, yes. Having said that, there are hella fucking props. There are hella propositions that are literally like, we have to kill you if you fucking sell your house and it's worth over $5 million. And Californians would be like, oh, that seems like a great idea. Even motherfuckers with houses that are worth over $5 million would be like, yeah, I'll vote for that. Who cares? Except it never fucking happens. They pass the propositions, and then there's seemingly no motivation or no ambition to pass such things. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because, unfortunately, gruesome Governor Gavin Newsom runs the fucking goddamn state with an iron fist and refuses, or rather with an iron pen that he uses to fucking veto every goddamn measure, and refuses to actually follow through on the democratic wishes of the motherfucking population. Okay? It's true. He's Mr. fucking Veto. He's Mr. Veto. He is ass cheeks on that front. A lot of people think he's charismatic, and he certainly is. Okay? He will fuck your wife. He will fuck your girlfriend. He has, as a matter of fact. He probably has fucked your wife already. But I am putting him in the no shot category for the obvious reason that he is also from California. Now, Bashar, I like him. I would put him as my pick alongside JB Big Boy Pritzker. Okay? I really like Bashar. He is from the deep red state of Kentucky. He's one of the most popular governors in the state of, he's one of the most popular governors in the entire nation. He's a top tier pick. I think he's phenomenal. And I think he'd be even better as president one day. Okay? He's pro-labor union. He's anti-charter schools. He's uncompromising in terms of fighting for social justice causes. He has basically fucking described. He has basically fucking described like LGBT children as children of God, just like every other child. He is uncompromising in his protection for people from Kentucky. Doesn't even fucking matter if some right-wing shithead comes at him and tries to get him to apologize or cause controversy for taking photos with like drag queens or whatever in the Capitol. He says, nope, those are Kentuckians, and I will take that photo with them every single fucking time. I love that. We need some red state Democrats to actually grow a fucking set. All right. And he has that set. He's also the whitest motherfucker. He's also the whitest motherfucker on this list. Like, he's crazy white. Okay. You see a photo of him and his family, and it's like a flashbang grenade opened up in a goddamn dark room. It is crazy. Okay. He is the Lion of Louisville. Just like Bashar al-Assad is the Lion of Syria. He is the Lion of Louisville. He's the Lion of Lexington. I don't know enough about Kentucky, so those are the only two L cities that I could bring up. He'd be great. We need a cisgender, heterosexual, white man as the VP in a not dissimilar fashion to Barack Hussein Obama needed a racist ass, goofy ass white boy. Like, and Edinger Bentham calls this the cracker ticket. And he's right about that. We need a cracker. Okay. We don't need just any kind of white. We need a cracker white. Okay. Possibly racist. You understand me? So, Bashar, I don't think is racist, but I will say that he fits that cracker mold so perfectly. He literally looks. If you see a photo of his family, they all look related, and I'm not talking about him and his parents. I'm talking like literally everyone just looks related, including him and his wife. Anyway, so that's awesome. I'll put him on obviously possible options considering he hasn't been vetted. Actually, fuck it. I'm going to put him as the pick. Okay. Tim Walz is the socialist leadership that America needs. I will get to Tim Walz in a second. Okay. I know. Remember, I hyped up Minnesota quite a bit. Minnesota is also a very important state for the Democrats. But like, we'll get to my socialist legend. Okay? We'll get to my regime enjoyer, social democrat Tim Walz in a second. We're going to get there. We're not there yet. Okay? Let me close these fucking tabs. Up next is J.B. Pritzker. That's right, the big boy from Illinois governor, also very popular. I think Edgar Mentum actually ranked him low. I don't even know why he did that. He gave Governor Pritzker, J.B. Pritzker, a C-tier pick, called him a C-tier pick, just like Tim Walz, as a matter of fact. What I said about him then remains true now. Good governor, especially by Illinois standards. Mediocre electoral record, especially given the circumstances of his races like Walz. He represents the states that Democrats need to assume they're winning if they are going to have any chance at even contending for an electoral college majority. Difference with Tim and the reason why he's above Walz is money. Put together, the Pritzkers are worth more money than God could near single-handedly wipe out Trump's post-conviction, post-assassination cash. That's nothing to sneeze at. I don't know why he's not. Wait, what? He doesn't really talk about his policies here, but J.B. Pritzker, big boy, very fat. I love that. Okay, J.B. Pritzker, also pretty fucking progressive, pretty uncompromising when it comes to social issues. All right. He's a little wishy-washy on Israel as well. I wouldn't say he's as bad as Shapiro on Israel. I don't even know what fucking Bashar has said about Israel. I just assume they're all Zionists, by the way, for the record. Because, of course, they're all fucking Zionists. But having said that, it's the only billionaire that I have ever felt had somewhat of a kind heart. He hasn't really spoken out about Israel as much as Shapiro has, and certainly not as much as Bashar has. Bashar hasn't talked about Israel either. Sorry, that's what I meant. Remember you calling Pritzker a yabba dabba doo looking ass? I mean, look at him. Look at him. He literally looks like Big Justice grown up. He looks like he's a Costco kid. The fuck are we talking about? America needs a yabba dabba doo looking ass motherfucker. Okay? America loves representation. No matter how much people try to act like they don't love representation, they fucking love that shit. And what's more American than a fucking fat guy? Okay? 60% of the country is obese. J.B. Pritzker is obese. That's 60% of the vote. I don't make the rules. 60% of the country is white and obese. Think. What is Pritzker? White and obese. He will lock down the fat vote. He will lock down the white vote. Okay? His controversies are shit like this. Yeah, he's just another rich white guy. Took toilets out of his second mansion to avoid millions in tax. Yeah, it's shit like that. Okay? We're talking about people who will assume the role of the greatest war criminal administration you've ever seen. Stuff like that. It's just small fry shit. He's running up against Donald Trump. What are we talking about? He can also call Trump poor. That's true. That's also true. He's both fatter than Vance. He's both richer than Vance. And like I said, he's, seemingly is a decent person. Here's J.B. Pritzker eating a hot dog.
Chicago style.
Our cheddar dog, Chicago style. Thank you. Hey, Governor Westmore, you don't know a good cheese dog. This is a charred cheddar dog. from Wiener Circle. Let me let these ladies tell you what a really good cheese dog is like.
That's the governor from Maryland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that Maryland hot dog, no way. What is it?
But fried bologna and shit, that's no good. No good.
Chicago style is the best way to go.
Yep, mustard relish, onion, pickle, tomato, celery salt, and sports peppers with the cheddar cheese.
That's the way
God
we do it
damn.
here in Chicago. Come on down to Wiener Circle. We'll show you what it's like.
I mean, come on, bro. That hot dog would kill Joe Biden? Yeah, 100%. You know JB didn't want to eat that on camera because honestly, that'd be too disrespectful. Okay? You know he hoops that shit. He just fucking throats that so quickly. Hey, Chad and HasanAbi, if you go to this hot dog stand and ask for a chocolate shake, that woman on the left will show you her breasts, and I'm not kidding. Please tell me you're making that up. No, it's true. I swear to God. Wait, what? Hey, yo, what the fuck's going on in Chicago? I've never been. Very excited to go. Anyway, like I said, Illinois is already a fucking lock for the most part. The new developments coming out of fucking Illinois have not changed my calculation on this. New developments coming out of the Wiener Circle in Illinois about the titty leaks have not changed my calculation. So he doesn't actually bring too much to the table on that front, in my opinion. DNC is also in Illinois. So yeah, that's Governor Big Boy JB Pritzker. I like him. He's progressive in ways that matter. He's got a decent heart, despite being a fucking billionaire. Anyway, JB Pritzker, Big Boy on the pick watch as well. Clearly, you didn't research the Epstein issue. Wait, what? What Epstein issue? Pritzker was an Epstein ally? What? I've never heard that. The fuck? Is this like anti-Semitism or some shit? Oh. Oh, his dad was Thomas Pritzker, Hyatt billionaire and governor, or cousin was Hyatt billionaire and governor's cousin named in Jeffrey Epstein documents. He's the cousin, bro. He was accused in the lawsuits. Brother, you hear the same last name and you're like, that's the same guy? The fuck? No, bro, that's his cousin. The fuck? Why'd you say clearly I didn't research it? I mean, I didn't even know his cousin was I didn't know his cousin was actually even related to Epstein, but still. Anyway. Everyone's got that one degenerate criminal cousin. Having a cousin be an embarrassment is a Chicago thing? Yeah, that's true. Also, that's odd. I don't think Trump will fucking bring up Jeffrey Epstein connections with anyone. You know, all things considered. My man is also compromised on that front, you know? That'd be pretty funny, though. He's like, didn't your cousin... I was a big fan of your cousin when I was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein myself. Anyway, let's move on. JB Pritzker is on the lock side. Wait, what? Damn, my fault. I mixed up my Pritzkis. I mean, it happens to everybody. Okay. Happens to the best of us. All right. Let's talk a little bit more about Pritz Goat. Okay. Let's pull up some policies. What has he done? What has he fucking done? Ay, ay, ay. First elected governor in 2019 or 2018, defeated the Republican incumbent Bruce Rauner. I would say that like one of his worst aspects is he's a Chicago or Illinois politician, and Illinois is pretty much the absolute worst place for politicians. Like Illinois as a state is basically a state where you have to be a criminal to do politics. It's kind of shocking. I'm not even kidding. Look it up. Okay. And yes, that includes Barack Obama, who did crack with a Duluth Dyson, who sucked his shit sideways. I'm not going to get into it any further. But like, it is literally the Gotham of America in many respects. It's not a joke. It is actually the worst. Illinois politicians are so bad. Chicago politicians specifically are so bad. I don't even understand it. It's very pay to play. They are like subtly the real mob state in comparison to like New York. You need to stop. Everything I said is true about Illinois, and everything I said about Chicago is extra true. Okay? It's just true. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I mean, here's a Wikipedia article dedicated to it. I mean, they got this shit from A to Z, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Pages in the category. Illinois politicians convicted of crimes. They got every letter, dog. They got letters you've never even seen before. Okay? Look at this broad representation in the criminal field. They're like, yo, immigrants are stealing the criminal jobs. No, it's not. It's Illinois politicians. They're doing the crimes for the rest of us. Okay? Last month, Ed Burke sentenced for racketeering, former Chicago alderman. Dude, let's not even get into the aldermans. Oh my fucking Lord. I mean, that entire process is so bad. Okay? They got letters in there where you're like, how is that even a letter in the English alphabet? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, J.B. Pritzker enshrined workers' rights. He also signed a major healthcare reform law. Insurers often don't cover drugs recommended by doctors. It's now banned in Illinois as prior authorizations for emergency inpatient psychiatric care. Governor issues proclamation of passage for workers' rights amendment. Pritzker and Gretchen Whitmer both are pretty fucking solidly pro-labor as well. So there's that, despite being a fucking billionaire. I've never been to Chicago. Also, Hasan, Chicago's like Gotham. Well, there you go. That's how you know. That's the reason why you fucking know. Oh, here he signed 2 laws to protect young immigrants. That's why you know I don't go to Chicago, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of all the crime that's happening, which is pretty funny to consider that I live in like crime-ridden dystopia, California, Los Angeles, obviously, as you know. He's the heir to the Hyatt's hotel fortune, which is not great. Obviously, it was founded by his uncle Jay Pritzker. His estimated net worth is $3.5 billion, according to Forbes. He's legalized recreational marijuana in Illinois. He raised the state's minimum wage to $15 per hour. He eliminated cash bail. He protected access to abortion in Illinois after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. So J.B. Pritzker is pretty fucking positive. Pretty solid choice overall. He did some stuff about medical debt as well. Illinois to raise nearly $1 billion in medical debt under new law. He's protected young migrants. His biggest issue was that he was a tax avoider. Like you guys are top of the ad break avoiders, which he had to pay back the $300,000 in property tax that he avoided by taking toilets out of his mansion. So, you know, I'm from Illinois. I live in Chicago. They literally teach classes internationally about Illinois government corruption. Yeah. So there's that. So you know, he's got good shit. He's got a lot of good shit on his side. Okay? Basically passed the state level Green Deal, Climate and Equitable Jobs Act. Good for him. There's a lot of good shit that he's done. That's why I think he's a solid guy in terms of, you know, a pick that I would appreciate. His mom was an abortion right activist. He was active with his mom, who was an abortion right activist. How about you activate the top of the hour ad break by subscribing? At which point you won't activate the top of the hour ad break. You won't see the top of the hour ad break. Anyway, here's the 3-minute ad break now. Okay, let's continue. All right, now we got Josh Shapiro. A lot of people have made jokes every time you hear the last name Shapiro, like, oh, you mean Ben Shapiro? No, we're talking about the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro. Okay, Josh Shapiro is a somewhat conservative Democrat. His benefit was, I mean, his major role here, obviously, Joshua David Shapiro's major role here is that he would deliver Pennsylvania 100%. He's popular. He's popular in the state. He would literally deliver it. And Pennsylvania is a must-win state for the Democratic Party. You have to. It's a non-starter. He will deliver Pennsylvania. That's out of the question. Like there's no world in which he wouldn't. He is the 48th governor of Pennsylvania. He's been the governor since 2023. He's pretty new. He was a member of the Democratic Party, and he served as the 50th Pennsylvania Attorney General from 2017 to 2023, and as a member of Montgomery County Board of Commissioners from 2012 to 2017. Okay, so far, because it's too soon, I would say, as a governor, all we have are his declarations and what he's done thus far. You know, like his key accomplishments, I guess. He's the son of a pediatrician and an educator who grew up in the Philadelphia suburbs. Shapiro initially planned to follow in his father's footsteps to become a doctor, and he nearly flunked his orgo class in his freshman year of Rochester University. The only reason why you know a lot about this shit is because there's not really much else going on with his time in, at the very least, time as a governor. He did get free breakfast for all public schools, which is pretty solid. I do love that. I'm a sucker for this shit. Okay. And we'll talk about that with respect to wallets as well. Whenever you feed children, I'm on board. Okay. I think it's such a gimme. It's the easiest thing you can do to win favors with the entire state. It's phenomenal. Orgo is organic chemistry. Yes. For those of you who don't know. Having said that, however, Shapiro orders state employees to avoid scandalous conduct amid Gaza protests, raising free speech concerns. He is a little bit of he's a little bit rabid on issues that pertain to Israel, more so than other people that I have mentioned here. He has said that Penn State students that were protesting Israel's crimes against humanity are doing something that's totally unacceptable. He also, I believe, is not good on the issue of school choice. That's a big no-no for me. Like I said, he's he is, on this article, they call him an observant conservative Jew. And it's frequently said that faith played prominently into his decision to enter public service. Bashar is also observant, I think, but not conservative at all. So just remember that. I think that that's important. I don't care if someone is a firmly committed religious person. It's just that I just, as long as you're not, well, I mean, I guess he's It's because he's Jewish, so he's like more moderate across the board. Conservative Jews are moderates. Yeah, he's not conservative politics is just one of the types of Jewish faith. It's not as bad as Orthodox, but it's still somewhat conservative. But it doesn't matter. Like it's thank you, chatter. Reform, conservative, Orthodox, ultra-Orthodox is the way it goes. No, it's actually Reconstructionist, Reform, conservative, Orthodox, ultra-Orthodox. Reform Jews are not even moderate. Reform Jews are pretty fucking progressive usually on a lot of issues. Yeah, on the faith-built side, under Judaism, you have Reconstructionists, which is like the most, like that's like anti-Zionist Jews that are still committed to the faith. Then you have Reform, which are still pretty progressive overall, including but not limited to even anti-Zionist leanings and tendencies. And then it moves on. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Like I said, your religious opinions are completely irrelevant to me, as long as you don't let that interfere. Like I said, Bashar is a religious guy. He, I think, handles it really well when he talks about how trans children are also God's children. I shed a tear. I think to myself, wow, look at how wonderful things can be. Obviously, here is Shapiro administration telling the Pennsylvania court it will not defend state ban on Medicaid-funded abortions. Pennsylvania's constitution prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex, and our state Supreme Court ruled earlier this year the state ban on Medicaid coverage for abortion services is sex-based discrimination. So, of course, he's like lived up where it matters. When I say he is what do you call it? When I say he's like conservative, I don't mean like social issues. Are you having a manic episode? What? Big guy, please stop the coverage and play games. It's late. You must be beat. LMFAO, just kidding. Are you having a manic episode? I can't stand this shit. I drink all shift with a big open container. Maybe you should let down the fucking sauce a little bit. Because it's not me that's having a manic episode. Okay. Anyway. Where was I? We're talking about Shapiro. Yeah, he said some shit that's not great in terms of what do you call it? In terms of the pro-Palestinian protesters. He's expanded public services. Pennsylvania dramatically expands child and dependent care tax credits. Like I said, he's got some conservative tendencies, conservative leanings, which I don't appreciate. But overall, he will deliver the state of Pennsylvania, which is why a lot of Democrats are looking at him as a top contender. Okay? Just remember that. Shapiro's $18 million plan would house youth on the grounds of a maximum security men's prison. Don't know how I feel about that. C. Nelson, thank you for the 2040 community gifted subs. No, not Ben Shapiro. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, chatters. I'm not talking about Daily Wire co-founder Ben Shapiro. I'm talking about Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania and a top contender for the vice presidential pick. So Integramentum puts him at A tier because he delivers Pennsylvania. That's it. Like, that's literally the only reason why he's A tier. And that's a valid fucking thing to say. One fact, however, cannot be denied. He's nothing less than an electoral god in Pennsylvania. I don't think he's an electoral god in Pennsylvania. He is very good for Pennsylvania, and he will lock down Pennsylvania for the Democrats if he is the vice presidential pick. The thing is, he ran against a fucking psycho, okay? Like, I wouldn't say he's an electoral god, even though he did very well. He ran against a dude who was like waving like a QAnon sword and shit. Okay? That was one of the... I know Mastriano was bad, but he won by like 17%. Yeah, I mean, he was really... Guys, I don't think you guys understand how bad Mastriano was and exactly how bad Mastriano was at a time when everyone was like, oh God, these Republicans are disgusting. Doug Mastriano was running around waving swords saying he's going to use it. Like, he is literally like a Fedaykin for Christian nationalism, for Christian fascism. It was crazy. He was a real lunatic, okay? You know what? Let me just show you this guy, and then you'll understand why Josh Shapiro fucking ran the table. He's so bad, you can't even find videos of him anywhere but Facebook. Like, that's how you fucking know shit is fucked up, okay? Here.
Would be the best gift for them. And we thought of the David sword because you've been cutting a lot of... and so we had inscribed in there for God and country because you have been fighting for our country and you're fighting for our religious rights in Christ Jesus. So we wanted to bless you.
This guy was running to be the governor of Pennsylvania. That's the guy Josh Shapiro defeated.
Bunch of goodies in here too. So it's kind of heavy. Hopefully it won't break. But so we just thank you for being a part of this conference, being a part of all of our lives, and really.
Oh, he also posed in a Confederate uniform while running for Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania candidate Mastriano posed in a Confederate uniform at Army War College. Awesome. Anyway, he was out of his dang mind. Okay. Getting real family values party vibes from that dude. Yeah, he's a real family values kind of guy. So anyway, Shapiro's fine. Like I said, he's really, I mean, he's not great on Israel. There's not much else I can say about it because, like I said, he's been a governor for a very short period of time. The fact that he compared pro-Palestine protesters to the KKK and called on the police to crack down on them is utterly disgraceful. Every other Democrat on this list, besides Pete and maybe Kelly, if you really care about unions, would be preferable to him for these reasons. I do not want him to ever be president, and I grimace at the thought of guaranteeing a future nomination for him with the VP slot. He's ass. His stances on a number of bread and butter issues, particularly education, suck. So, yeah. This Palestine shit is precisely the reason why he wouldn't be a pick for Harris. I'm telling you, man, they really want Pennsylvania, so who knows? But dude, the Palestine shit is one thing, okay? When you're making these calculations for the broader American electorate, there are certain things that, like, in terms of foreign policy, people have kooky ideas, okay? Usually it goes from hard right to immediate genocide, right? Those are like the differences in ideology when it comes to American politicians. But like school choice is a fairly inexcusable domestic policy position for a fucking Democrat. You know, that's like pretty wild. It's also immediately anti-union. It's part of the reason why I like Bashar al-Assad. in Kentucky who defeated school choice. Like, that's teachers unions. Yeah, like the only reason why you'd be anti-school choice, or the only reason why you'd be pro-school choice is if you're anti-union. Like, look at this. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, first-term Democrat seen by a party as a rising star nationally, forcefully put his weight behind a Republican-backed proposal to send $100 million to families of private school tuition and school supplies. That's money that's supposed to be going to fucking public schools, man. You can't do that. Like, that's gross. You're a fucking freak. What a demon. Anyway. I really, really don't like that. I really don't like that. This dude gets the nomination that says some kook shit about every Palestinian child must suffer the wrath of the idea for the sins of Hamas. I guarantee it. I mean, he already has said things of similar magnitude. Okay? So, I don't like that. So, there's that. I don't like that, but he's definitely in the possible category. Is actually probably the most likely. If we're looking at who I want, I like Whitmer, I like Bashar, and I like J.B. Pritzker. If we're looking at what's likely to be the pick, I think Shapiro is pretty high up there. Mayor Pete. Yuck. Mayor Pete is like J.D. Vance. If J.D. Vance was always a liberal and gay, served in the military more than fucking J.D. Vance ever did, really. J.D. Vance was doing PR for the fucking Marines. This man went into the officer program. He was caught dead to rights with a fucking mineral map of Afghanistan. Okay, why the fuck do you have that, Mayor Pete? He was also caught fixing bread prices in Canada when he was working at McKinsey. This man is bad. Okay, he's bad. He's terrifying. I don't like him. I hate the way he walks. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way he dresses. I'm a fucking hater. I am a #1 hater for Mayor Pete. I hate his dance when he was trying to fucking run in the primaries. Okay. Real literal villain shit. Okay. This man is neoliberalism personified. He tries to fucking talk like Barack Obama. It is really annoying. He is your MSNBC's very favorite candidate. Okay. Catch him in a primary next time around. He probably will get the motherfucking candidacy because every goddamn Rebecca and Barbara is going to be flicking their fucking beans to the idea that Mayor Pete is going to be such a handsome young boy. Okay. Mayor Pete is exactly the type of dude that all of the white women voters think about in terms of like, oh, this would be so nice. What a nice boy he would be if he came home to pick up my daughter. Okay. I'm telling you, he is La Rata. He's also simultaneously, he's just bad. He's terrifying. He is fucking terrifying. Yes. You said able technocrat build. Exactly. He is boosted up the wazoo. He fucked up the train disaster. Yeah. Luckily for us, a lot of people associate him with, perhaps falsely, with East Palestine, Ohio. I mean, like I said, 1,000 train derailments occur in the United States of America. This happened to happen under Mayo Pete's watch. He took time off as a dad. Okay. Least swag gay of all time. Yes, I will stand on business 10 toes fucking down and tell you unironically that JD Vance is way more gay coded than Mayor Pete ever was. Okay, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, he's gay. That's why like that's going to be a weakness in terms of the election." No. This motherfucker does not present as gay, okay? He literally has to remind you he's gay. Otherwise, absolutely zero people would ever think about that, okay? I'm telling you right now. Neither of them have ever tasted Mountain Dew. That's true. So you're homophobic? Oh my God. Don't even get me started. In front of his husband, he said if there was a pill to turn you straight, he would take it. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. Swag gay build is huge advantage in politics. Pete lacks that, which is crucial. Anyway, so that was Pete Buttigieg's campaign song. Stop, you're killing all the potential D voters. So, yeah, he's a white boy from Indiana, really flubbed as the mayor. Really flubbed as the mayor and mishandling his unimaginably white supremacist police force. That was a big fucking deal, especially at a time when BLM was popping off. So, yeah, South Bend in the house. Fuck Mayo Pete. For VP, he's terrible. Okay, and yeah, I'm slandering him a little bit. I'll hit every fucking angle I can because I despise this motherfucker. Okay, I hate him. I really do. Anyway, he also, I guess the one positive is that he technically did negotiate, as far as I understand, 4 sick days for the railroad unions, and they like that. So there's that. Technically, as transportation secretary, he played a formative role in the negotiations. That's what they're saying. Don't fucking yell at the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? So there's that one aspect. Be careful talking about a tier 1 operator like that. Yeah, it's terrifying. This is Mayor Pete pictured right after shooting up an entire fucking puppy, an entire what is it? The fucking dog shelter. No, he's just doggy daycare. He shot it up. Okay. He unloaded on a kennel. That's just a Chapo meme. Anyway, yeah, puppy daycare for handicapped dogs that were handicapped prior by Mayor Pete. Holy shit. It's been 2 hours and we're only through 5 of these. Yo, suck my dick, man. I'm just saying. He's also not on the short list for the requested vetting materials for potential VPs. So, I'm clocking him as no shot. All right, up next is Mark Kelly. Everyone who doesn't know anything about his politics goes, oh my God, dude, he's an astronaut. That's so sick. Spaceman Kelly comes from the state of Arizona. Obviously, he's the only senator that we've touched on so far, which puts him in an interesting predicament, considering that if you run for VP, you no longer have a seat in the Senate. We have a 50-50, very tight Senate right now. It's a little scary for some people. Okay. Yeah, Mark Kelly has, if given the opportunity, Mark Kelly would assassinate labor leaders. Senator Mark Kelly is emerging as an obstacle to the PRO Act. Senator Angus King, meanwhile, has been inundated by supporters and opponents of the sweeping labor law reform. Senator Mark Kelly has resisted co-sponsoring a major piece of labor law reform legislation known as PRO Act, citing a policy of not endorsing measures that don't also have Republican support. Just like awful. Okay? Mark Kelly has pledged to codify Roe abortion rights. The Democrats denounced the roller coaster that women and doctors in Arizona have faced. Obviously, he has to fucking do that. But where's the Republican support for that? Turns out he is only looking for Republican support when it comes to labor law. Anyway, his wife was shot, almost died. People literally thought, like, people reported that she was dead. That's like, that plays pretty big in terms of like being a victim to gun violence. You know, obviously that's a big deal. Democrats do care about that sort of thing. Remember, gun control, that was a thing. That was a policy for the Democrats at a certain point. Yeah, Gabby Giffords. And he's also been to space, right? Or was it his twin brother? Doesn't he have a twin brother? He's been to space, and so is his twin brother, right? And his twin brother's like shorter than him or something. It's weird, man. He's weird. Twins freak me out. Okay, sorry for all the twins in the chat. It's just like, how are you gonna be a whole ass grown ass man and you literally have a twin? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Are you about to engage in some goddamn whimsy? Like, what are we doing? Double the amount of you? That's odd, okay? After a certain point, it's like weird. Twins when you're younger, that's weird because then it's like, that's scary, okay? Twins when you're older, that's really scary. Two of you, did you clone yourself? How did this happen? Anyway, they also participated in the twin study. Look at them. Cop brain motherfuckers. Okay. I'm sorry. Look at these guys, man. Be for real. Anyway, okay. They did a twin study. One of them was like shorter at the end of it because they were in space, or taller at the end of it. They look like eggs, man. Am I wrong? Look at this. Two thumbs. Yeah, he's a whatever pick for me. I'm like, I see you. I even smell a little bit of fucking anti-labor, like Josh Shapiro in the school choice measure. I'm fucking done with you, okay? School choice is an anti-labor measure. It's anti-teachers union, okay? You can suck me. You can suck me dry. You fucking oppose the motherfucking... Kelly breaks with Biden over dumb decision on immigration in heated Arizona Senate debate. Incumbent Mark Kelly sought to draw contrast with his party and GOP opponent Blake Masters, who was grilled about his views on abortion and the legitimacy of the 2020 election. Yeah, Kelly's campaign said he was referring to Biden's decision to end Title 42, a pandemic-era policy that began during the Trump administration that enabled officials to turn away asylum seekers in the name of public health. Don't worry, Mark Kelly. Joe Biden didn't do that. Kelly said many Democrats don't understand this issue while Republicans want to politicize it. Kelly, who was first elected in 2020 special election, is running against Republican challenger Blake Masters. Also, that's another thing. He absolutely fucking comes through Blake Masters because that's what he looks like. Again, Josh Shapiro and Mark Kelly took like big dubs, but they took big dubs against like actual demons. I mean, Blake Masters is the worst possible politician that has ever fucking existed. So there's like, you know, there's that as well. What else? Mark Kelly also literally only registered as a Democrat so he could serve in the Senate as a Democrat. He was a lifetime independent until then. That's normal Arizona shit, though. Arizona's weird as fuck, bro. I don't even want to touch that. Like, come on, Kirsten Sinema. Arizona is weird as fuck. It's the only state where there are like an actual rabid and very valid anti-Trump, never Trump Republican constituency. Okay? That's where John McCain is from. They literally are. Dude, I don't know why we take Arizona seriously. I think if your state reaches 120 degrees in the summer, like your brain is fucking literally on fire. You should not be allowed to vote. Okay? You're medically brain dead. It's too hot. Okay? I'm serious. It melts. It fucking melts. It melts too much. You don't even have water. You sold it. Okay? You sold it. So, yo, what the fuck? You must be thinking New Mexico. I mean, yeah, I got all the smoke for New Mexico too, but they're a little bit smarter in comparison. I don't know how. It was 116 in Portland recently. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro, Arizona has given us Kerry Lake, please. Yeah, he's good on weapons. Obviously. His fucking wife was domed, dude. What are you talking about? That's the one issue that he's like actually progressive on. Perhaps because it is close to home. Okay? Literally. Anyway, like I said, yeah, he's progressive on abortion, which is like bare minimum. What the fuck are we talking about? He's progressive on abortion? Hello? Oh, so he's in agreement with 90% of the country. Yeah. So what happened to his wife? His wife is Gabby Giffords, who was shot. Show the newsroom clip, coward. No, I'm not gonna do that. Reading on right now, you post Medicare for all, the Green New Deal supports increasing oil drilling, Lamau, and thinks that Biden isn't hard enough on the border. He only voted in line with him 94% of the time. Only 90% for Joe Biden, who spent his entire career as basically a Republican. This is the worst pick. I mean, he is definitely very conservative, okay? He is very, very conservative. Let's see what he wrote. Let's see what Edgar Mentum wrote about Mark Kelly. I put him in F tier. It's all the usual caveats. Pete Buttigieg's definition of being saved by the bell. He's a politician who I genuinely, truly dislike to such an extent that I know it influences my evaluation of him, and I really don't care. I feel the exact same way that he does. Where the fuck's Mark Kelly? Standing as the first and only U.S. Senator on this list, Mark Kelly represents something of a new, if not surprising, entry in the Kamala Veep stakes. Largely forgotten in most of the speculation surrounding her potential picks before he was reported to be vice president's shortlist. Kelly is an obvious contender for the same reason everyone else is. He's white, he's a man, he's moderate, he has a very strong electoral record in a swing state. He was the sole winning non-incumbent Democratic Senate candidate to outrun Joe Biden in 2020, outperforming him by roughly 2 points. 2 years later, in his race for a full term during the 2022 midterms, he put up one of the most spectacular performances of the night, outperforming every other Arizona Democrat on the ballot. But like I said, Arizona is weird as fuck. Okay? Arizona is weird as fuck. Do not look at Arizona voting to like make up your mind about a general election. You will be led astray. They are so goddamn libertarian in the weirdest ways possible. Anyway, while he doesn't have quite the stature in the state that the upcoming contenders may have in theirs, it would be impossible to find a better number two if your sole goal was keeping Arizona in the Democratic column. Problem with Kelly, if you can really call it a problem, is that Arizona stands to be the least impactful of the swing states Kamala could target with a VP selection. Only worth 11 electoral votes, just barely falls short of providing the same impact as Michigan, North Carolina, or Pennsylvania. He's far from a Joe Manchin or Kyrsten Sinema. His record in the Senate has shown him to be meaningful to the right of the rest of the party. Foreign policy, immigration, big bread and butter economic issues as well. Refusal to co-sign the PRO Act. Some of the stuff we covered already. Oh, Apache elders are urging Senator Mark Kelly to stop the Oak Flat copper mine from being sold to fucking Australia. To an Australian mining company. Or nor. Don't do it. Okay. Yeah, Mark Kelly's bad. And for that reason, I put him in the no shot category. But obviously, if we're thinking about like prediction wise, I mean, I guess if we're putting like my favorite picks, I would definitely put Big Gretch up here, right? But if we're talking about like, if we're talking about Mark Kelly, I don't like him, but he will. If we're talking about him as a person that will potentially be a pick, I would put him in the possible options category. Bernard Sanders, obviously no shot. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's my GOAT, but he's older than Joe Biden. You're out of control. Like, what are we talking about? Here's how Bernie could still win. Obama. Honestly, I think, yeah, Barack Hussein Obama, give him another shot. Put a fucking slap a mustache on his face or some shit. Let him fucking thrive. Let the big dog hold the reins once again. Fuck it. Americans love him. You know what I mean? Everybody enjoys Barack Obama. They love him. Sad state of fucking affairs. Let chaos reign. Hill Dog. Hillary Rodham Clinton, Secretary of State. We came, we saw, he died. Hillary Rodham Clinton has long been known as one of the most bloodless, elite, pedophilic vampire monsters of American politics. She is a rugged careerist. She is like everything that anti-feminist weirdos say women are like, but she actually is like that. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like usually all these fucking reactionary weirdos will be like, oh, this woman is like a psychopath. And it's like, no, she actually is that. Absolute dog shit pick. Obviously lost to Donald Trump. Big L. Should have campaigned in Wisconsin. Blamed everybody but herself. Literally wrote in her book about how she had slaves in the governor's mansion. Like prisoner slaves. Black prisoner slaves in the governor's mansion. Wild. You know. Talked about super predators. But so did Joe Biden. Really, really awful person. Just a surefire success. A surefire, a absolute lock for an absolute lock for an electoral defeat. She would kill Kamala to become the real president if given the chance. I agree. She 100% would do that. So, talked about Tim Walz. Talked about his accomplishments, and Tim Walz is a pretty solid possible option, in my opinion. And doesn't seem to be on this list that you made. Oh, no, he is. On that note, he's up here. Okay? Dumbass, you hovered right over him. Okay, calm down, chatter. What the fuck? Elizabeth Warren, also like Kamala Harris, couldn't even get to second place in her own damn state in the 2019-2020 election in the primaries. Also, much like Kamala Harris, was the anti-Bernie progressive vote. But unlike Kamala Harris, she stuck it through to really drive a wedge into Bernie's campaign. Okay? To really just fuck him over. And for that, also, much like Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren is a woman of color. 2 women of color on the ticket is probably not something that the American public has enough appetite for. You know, we got to do a little bit of DEI here. Okay. We need a white boy here. But Elizabeth Warren is a technocratic social democrat. But like, not really. Okay. She loves empire. She's a big fan, but she's going to turn the military gay. Okay, she's going to turn the military green. She's going to turn the military gay. All right. But she would be the first indigenous, as far as I know, indigenous vice president. Okay. So I will put Elizabeth Warren in the sure, why not category. Up next is Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama. One of the first most prominent victims of transvestigation before the Republican Party became the transvestigation party. Michelle Obama is beloved by all liberals. Okay. If she was running for president, Michelle Obama would max out on, she's already maxed out on name recognition. She'd probably get every liberal to vote for her. Like literally, doesn't matter. She's not a politician. She's not running. So I'm going to put her in the no shot category. Having said that, however, once again, liberals fucking love Barack Obama and liberals fucking love Michelle Obama. Does this change your opinion on JBP at all? No. I already knew that big boy JB Pritzker had been critical of City Hall's Gaza ceasefire resolution. I know that. Warren isn't indigenous. Big dog, please address that for real. That's called a joke. I don't know if you know what that looks like, but like I'm joking. Okay? That's called a joke. Just like Elizabeth Warren's campaign and Elizabeth Warren's. You're going to get canceled if you keep saying Warren isn't indigenous. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, it's not a joke. Elizabeth Warren is indigenous. I don't want to be canceled. Okay, maybe I'm double canceled. Michelle Obama would be in the no shot category because she's not running. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Actually, someone said, why Shapiro over Kelly? I would put Shapiro over Kelly over Shapiro. I would put Shapiro over Kelly. Okay. Amy Klobuchar. Again, how does your hair fare in a blizzard? That was the message that we got from Amy Klobuchar. Okay. It was clobbering time. Amy Klobuchar is obviously the resilient pick here. She is middle America. You understand? Just like Kamala Harris, she has also hemorrhaged her staff time and time again, partially as a consequence of the fact that she was very abusive to them. Okay? Yeah, Amy Klobuchar is in Amy Klobucharge. Is he stroking out? What? Who?
You can do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news. Bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it.
Wait, what the fuck? Is this new?
You can do.
He's going crazy with that one. I mean, that's a bit. That's a classic Trump bit. He's being transphobic there, I think. But it seems like he's upgraded that bit. He goes longer. Unless it's the old bit. Anyway, let's continue. It's clobbering time. Amy Klobuchar outperformed Biden by like 10 points on the same ballot right now. But once again, there's a much more solid pick that wouldn't take away from the Democratic congressional races. So on that note, obviously she's on the no shot category. Nancy Pelosi, a lot of people have cast aside Nancy Pelosi. They've said she's older than Joe Biden. Okay. And as we know, that means she's wiser than Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi at the young, nubile age of 84 is the only time where I will use the term buxom appropriately. Okay. California's 11th district Democrat. Nancy Pelosi is ready to thrive. Okay. She's dead. No one cares. No, that's Dianne Feinstein. Nancy Pelosi is very much alive. Not only is she alive. What? Why are you linking me best friend kick on X? Nancy Pelosi is very much alive and well. Not only is she very much alive and well, okay, but she was also victim to an attempted political assassination or potentially a gay lover's quarrel. That's right. Paul Pelosi almost got killed by a political operative. Just like Donald Trump. So she's important to have on the ticket. Like I said, she is a young 84, one of the only top of the line Democrats that happens to be older than Joseph Robinette Biden. I put her in the let chaos reign category. Hasan will defo be canceled one day. I can see it. One day, bitch, you've been a subscriber for 14 months. I have been canceled, quote unquote canceled, like 100 times in that time frame that you've subscribed to me. No, worse than that. Like what do you think? I've like murdered someone secretly? Like what the fuck do you mean worse than that? The only thing that could be worse than that is if I've like literally done a crime. Okay? And not like a cool crime, you know what I mean? Like a really bad crime. I get canceled every other day for shit that I don't do. What? I don't think you know what that word means, Hasan. No, nubile. No, I said she's a young nubile woman at the age of 84. That was sarcasm. Did you not understand what I was saying? I don't think Nancy Pelosi's actually young, chatter. Anyway. Stop trying to make jokes to Asman chatters. Anyway, let's continue. Speaking of old people, okay, Biden, surprise, Jack, it's the Mac attack. That's right. Many of you probably don't know who this guy is, okay, but this is Joseph Robinette Brandon, 46th president of the United States of America, been in politics for 52 plus years. He's been running for president since 1984, and for that reason alone, he should run for president again, this time as vice president. Yo. Welcome back, Jack. We put him in the let chaos reign category once again. Welcome back to the fold, Joseph Robinette Biden. Okay? Respect. Okay, then we have a person that I'm not too familiar with, okay? But we just watched him dance to Brat Wes Moore, governor of Maryland, okay? He's young. He's hot. He went to University of Oxford. Wesley Watande Omari Moore. He's a veteran. Yeah, he's born in Maryland, raised primarily in New York, 45 years old, now the governor of Maryland, officially since 2023. I don't really know too much about him. I won't lie to you. I actually don't know anything about him, really. Y'all Maryland bitches wish you were mentioned as often as Nova. That's my governor. Don't let him in. No, don't send me his issues page. I want to see his. I want to see the actual things that he signed in the law. Why Shapiro over Kelly? Pennsylvania, must-win state. Easy answer. I don't even like Shapiro. I think he's all. I wouldn't say he's awful, but I think he's awful on Gaza. And you don't really need that right now. Anyway, let's continue. Oh my God. Okay. Agenda. 2024 priorities says make Maryland safer. Cannabis pardons offer. So I guess he legalized weed, right? He has a sexual harassment allegation too. Wait, really? More than $130 million in federal grants to support Maryland's climate goals and green jobs. Create green jobs. He issued the largest state pardon in American history, pardoning 175,000 cannabis convictions. That's pretty sick. Okay, I like that. Mental health assisted outpatient treatment programs. Criminal procedure victim compensation. Center for Firearm Violence Prevention and Intervention. Growing apprenticeships in Public Safety Workforce Act. GAPS. Oh, you're talking about Shapiro. Governor Josh Shapiro's office quietly settled sexual harassment allegation against top aide. Top aide to PA governor was accused of sexually harassing a female staffer. The settlement included a confidentiality clause. Okay, well, he's out then. What? If he's got a sexual harassment allegation, that could be a plus to offset the womanness that America hates about Kamala? That's insane. No, Democrats don't fuck with that, dude. I didn't even know this. It's an aide, not him, but he quietly. It wasn't him. What? Governor Moore also created first in the nation service year option so high school students don't feel pressure to go to college and can get paid to do community service. Yeah, it was 2 staffers. Moore has been really good, actually. I thought he'd be too libbed up, but he is, but is likable. But his policies are good. Rebuilding the red line and is doing a lot for Baltimore, unlike Hogan. Dude, the more I look at governors in this country, the more I realize why governors are always the most popular fucking politicians. And oftentimes you see like red state governors be blue Democrats and blue state governors be Republican. Like, they just, God, like state level office is so significant. Local offices are so significant. This is why I always tell you got to vote. I mean, the rest of it are just memes, and I don't know. Sure, why not for Wes Moore? RFK Jr. is the Let Chaos Reign candidate. No shot candidate, Raphael Warnock. Get out of here. We're not fucking compromising a Senate. Like, The Democrats are not going to compromise a Senate majority. Roy Cooper, he's fine. He's another person where I'm just like, like he's not bad. He's all right. I just have more fan favorite white boys who are goated with the sauce. Does that make sense? Like he's a possible option, but like Walt Bashar and JB Big Boy would be better. Why is Hillary a sure? Just I'm having fun with it. Polis, fuck no. Okay, I despise this person. I can't explain to you how annoying he is. He is the most Redditor. He is the biggest Reddit guy. I mean, he is like an r/neoliberal moderator. Okay, like every now and then he has sound policies. 49 years old from Boulder, Colorado. He is an entrepreneur, a businessman, and a philanthropist, serving as the 43rd governor of Colorado since 2019. Colorado's already blue. I just fucking hate Polis. I hate him so much. I can't, like, he is literally a Redditor. He has a Reddit profile. Oh my God, he has a Reddit profile. I thought that was, oh my God. He has 99,000 comment karma. Throw him in jail right now. Wait, is he actually an r/neoliberal moderator? No, he's just a Jared Polis moderator. Bro, he does entirely too much Reddit. Like, entirely too much Reddit. He's an actual mod on the Reddit. He has a 12-year club trophy. Oh my God. He has some wins. Come on. What?
Rights or economic stability. Why can't you have both? You need to pick one. I refuse.
That's the only W Jared Polis has ever gotten. Have we watched the Mormon vid on YouTube? Is a banger? No. Worst congressional style ever? Yeah, probably. Oh my God, he's so fucking Reddit. Oh my God. Oh my God, he just sucks so bad. Oh my God. Ay. He is so annoying. He plays League of Legends. Yeah, that's like, no, the r/neoliberal thing is basically like, that right there is just no shot, never. You're not allowed. He posted about himself to r/libertarian. Jared Polis, Colorado's governor, is an unusual breed, a libertarian Democrat. He posted about himself 5 years ago at the r/libertarian. All right. And then, all right, getting back to what really matters. People say Biden is too old. People say Bernie Sanders is even older. But there's a guy out there who's still very much alive and older than both of them. That guy's name is Jimmy Carter. Okay? How old can we go? Jimmy Carter as the vice presidential pick would be phenomenal. Okay? We need a guy who was there when Israel was invented. We need a guy who played a formative role in the Israeli genocide of Palestinians. He was there. He is the crypt keeper. He was there when Moses was alive. Okay? We're not even talking about Israel. We're talking about parting the Red Sea. Okay? He saw that shit happen. actually turning. Jimmy Carter died today, I think. Wait, what? No shot. No, it's a fake death announcement. Dude. No. He's not dead. You want to know why he's not dead? Because let chaos reign, baby. Jimmy Carter is going to be the VP. He's going to get Kamala Harris's VP nomination. Okay. Up next is obviously the governor that has stolen my heart. The governor that will finally unite the Dakotas, North Dakota's very own Doug Burgum. As a Burgomaniac, I'm obviously partial, and I want to see Burgum on a ticket. It doesn't matter what ticket it is. I want to see Burgum finally unite the Dakotas, okay? It needs to happen. He will do it. He will do it. Burgomaniacs rise up. Doug Burgum, let chaos reign at the top of the leaderboard. Donald Trump really fucked up. He actually kind of did fuck up by not having Doug Burgum, because Doug Burgum would be better than JD Vance. Like, that's not even a joke, because JD Vance is just really bad. Not that Doug Burgum is any good, if we're being serious. But, like, one Dakota, 2 Senate seats. Doug Burgum's a billionaire. Kamala Harris needs the money. Okay? Kamala Harris needs the money. Doug Burgum is a billionaire. He's got Bill Gates in his corner. He would be phenomenal. Okay? He would be absolutely phenomenal. He would do the damn thing. He would let America, he would make America great again. He would make America Dakota again. Okay? This way we could, just like Aaron Sorkin once famously promoted and then immediately retracted in the New York Times, this is the way that we could show America as the Democratic Party that we are truly the unity party. You know, fuck it, YOLO. Why not a Republican on the ticket? Okay. Speaking of Aaron Sorkin, we have another dark horse in the race. Mr. Utah, Mr. Mitt Romney. He was the governor of Massachusetts and was a very progressive governor of Massachusetts. He is the guy who famously literally put Obamacare into action before it was called Obamacare. It used to be called Romney Care. Okay. In the words of Aaron Sorkin in the New York Times op-ed, which he retracted, does he care about gay rights? No. Is he good on abortion? No. But one time he was sad when a police officer tased the child. So therefore, he shouldn't even be the VP on this ticket. He should be the P on this ticket. The Democrats should just make sure that Kamala Harris is nowhere near the nomination. And it's actually Mitt Romney himself. Mitt Romney with the Vice President, Kyrsten Sinema. This is the best way that we could win, I guess, the Republican vote. Fuck it. You know, we're not the Democratic Party anymore. We have retriangulated our efforts so hard to captivate like 35 people in a fucking Pennsylvania suburb that we've decided we're the Republican Party now. We should just rebrand. Fuck it. We should call ourselves the Republican 2. We are also Republican. Fuck it. Put Romney up there on the leaderboard, okay? Right there. I'm going to even put him higher than Doug Burgum because I love Mitt Romney. Wonderful guy. He also looks very presidential, unlike Barack Obama, who's black. I will not elaborate. That was literally that was the argument for Romney. The best part of the West Wing is when the Democratic president appoints a Republican justice to the Supreme Court. Sorkin is very smart. Yeah. Don't care voting for Cenk is obviously the pick. That's not even a question. Again, I'm a little biased in this regard, but yes, despite the fact that he was not born in the United States of America, he's truly the young, dynamic, vibrant leadership that we need. He will arm wrestle Alex Jones. He will get everything done. He's objectively the most. He's objectively the most progressive. He should be the president and not the vice president. This way, Kamala Harris can basically give Cenk the presidency. Also, Cenk loves being on a ticket with a cop. As you know, he was captivated by the crime panic himself personally. He is he's Mr. Crime is in every corner. We need a Batman style person to finally defeat crime. That's why I'm voting for a Republican. He did say all of those things on this broadcast on our Jenksgiving episode last year. Mr. I'm voting for Caruso himself. Okay. We need this man. We need someone whose brain is broken in the same exact way as Republicans on the issue of crime. And he's the guy. Okay. Everything else, he is far more progressive than the average elected Democrat, okay, on every issue. But when it comes to crime, don't have that conversation with him because he's lost his dang mind, okay? It's just like, I don't know how those opinions and that worldview can be trapped in that same beautiful brain. I love my uncle. I'm going to be writing him in as the president. I don't know what it is. He's just on the issue of crime. He's just like, he's lost in the sauce. Also, Cenk is against people jerking off in the sidewalks of our mansions. He's a man of the people. True. Me, on the other hand, I am very much pro people jerking off on the side of my mansion. Hasan, almost as much nepotism as Bronny James. That's a wild take to have because in this equation, that would imply that LeBron James is not like a generational talent that has dominated the league for 21 fucking years and like, you know, has basically been one of the best athletes in the NBA every single year since he started playing. And it's actually Bronny James that has outshined him and is not just dropping, 8 shot attempts with like one fucking successful basket. Unless you meant Cenk is the Bronny in this equation, but I feel like the comparison doesn't work here. What's your solution to crime? I want to hear your solution. My solution is more crime. Okay. My solution is I love crime. I love doing crime. I love being victim of crime. Okay. And as a California Democrat, I want more crime to happen. Clipped and shipped. Yeah. Cenk isn't crime pilled. He has become the crime pill is true. Okay. Taylor Swift. Everyone always fantasizes about her possibly being a Republican secretly, but she's like the most tepid liberal, like lukewarm lib. Taylor Swift, obviously, if you want to win literally for the first time ever, like 100% of the white woman vote, which remember, majority of white women vote for the Republican Party. Up until this moment, if Taylor Swift becomes the vice presidential pick, the Democrats would win Assad numbers. Okay? There would not be a district that the Democrats would not win. 100% of women would vote. 100% of women would vote for the Democratic ticket, creating a previously unheard of Bashar al-Assad style electoral victory. Okay, you don't even know. For the first time ever, we would have a 100% under 35 participation rate. It would never happen again, but it would happen for that moment. Okay, the under 35 voter participation is like what, 20% on a good year. It would be 100%. At least 100% of women. She'd be pulling prime FDR numbers. Yeah, 100%. Taylor Swift is Let Chaos Reign pick. Gonna put her behind Bergam. George Clooney. George Clooney, very hot. His wife is a human rights lawyer, and I think Huma Abedin is, or not Huma Abedin. What the? I'm so fucking stupid, dude. I'm delusional, bro. It's been 8 hours and 25 minutes. I'm so tired. Amal Clooney, not Huma Abedin. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, I have such a specific type of brain brokenness. Like, who the fuck thinks about Huma Abedin? Like, why would that be a name that comes to anyone's mind ever? Yes, Anthony Weiner's wife and Hillary Clinton's assistant, Huma Abedin. That's where I went. Okay. A Soros back streamer, that's who? Yeah. Anyway, George Clooney is not married to Huma Abedin. George Clooney is married to Amal Clooney, who's a human rights lawyer and is currently working on the Gaza case. So, you know, he could actually be important on the ticket. I'm going to put him in possible options. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a centrist, and it seems like he's mired in controversy currently. No disrespect to anything that's going on. Sorry, it just, I know I've been avoiding talking about it. Not because there's a fucking pretty serious election going on, but for some other conspiracy. Mr. Beast, not 35 years old, gonna put him in the no shot category. Unless, you know, he just does it. He does the thing. He does the damn thing and he changes the laws. He's a centrist. He wants to hear from the left and the right, and that's important. And also, with Mr. Beast in office, I would get to be close to the election, or not the election, sorry, the presidential position. He's the unifying guy. Mr. Beast also is one of the, Creane is right. Mr. Beast happens to be one of the only people on this entire fucking leaderboard that literally does not bring a single person to vote, because everyone that watches him is under the age of 18. Like, that is 98% of his audience. It's mostly international. And also, they're all under the age of 18. So there's not a single person that is eligible to vote for Mr. Beast. Okay? But who knows? Maybe he will change the rules on that as well. Like, Charlie XCX, I'm gonna go with no shot because she already blew her nut. You know, she already busted it. She already gave the game away. She already endorsed Kamala Harris, or maybe she endorsed Kamala Harris because she's actually much like Bashar and all these other possible hopefuls. She was, angling for a vice presidential nod. That's what it is. A lot of people are saying she's British. I feel like that's not going to stop us. You know what I mean? Especially because the next person is not even a person, but a Vocaloid. That's right, Hatsune Miku. As you guys know, I'm a big AUKUS voter. I'm a big Five Eyes voter. I'm a big NatSec voter. Like, I care a lot about Biden's legacy on NATO. Sweden and Finland have joined NATO. I think we should let Japan join NATO. I guess Japan technically is a part of it. And Hatsune Miku is a Vocaloid. She's a communist. She's a revolutionary figure in many ways. She's been married to millions of men, millions of very sad, very pathetic men all around the world. She's got a beautiful voice. And I think, like, if we bring her in, even though she is a Japanese woman who is 16 years old, she's important for, China encroaching on American military bases that we keep building near Chinese waterways. So I think that we really need a strong Japanese representation. We really need strong Japanese representation on the ticket because Japan is going to be very important in our Japan, famously not in the Pacific Ocean and a member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Excuse me. There are plenty of countries that are not even anywhere near the North Atlantic that are in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know if you know this, but I'm from Turkey, a country that is nowhere near the Atlantic, as a matter of fact. Okay, keep a straight face is on. Glenn Powell, whose career trajectory took a different turn. He's impossible to avoid now that, after Army Hammer was outed as a cannibal, Glenn Powell was the next up. Okay, Hollywood's it boy. He's got a really weird face. Like, it's like so smushed in. He's almost like a Charlie Kirk face style guy, but like he's super hot, so it somehow doesn't matter. Okay, he's super hot. Thank God that Army Hammer is a cannibal, because now we have Glenn Powell. I don't really know anything about his politics, but fuck it, why not? Pokimane, also not American, actually Canadian, Moroccan, but she speaks 3 languages. She speaks Arabic, she speaks French, she speaks English. She speaks gamer, so it's 4 languages technically. Much respect. She's a titan of industry, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, gaming queen. Yeah, is Pokimane old enough? I mean, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? She could deliver the simp vote. Shonda Black would vote for Pokimane. Only other problem is she's kind of polarizing because she is a woman gamer. So like a lot of incels would probably try to do like mass shootings at the White House if that was the case. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a bit column A, bit column B. So I'd vote illegally for her. Yeah. She'll appeal to the non-broke boy community, so that's cool. I know. If you're a broke boy, just say so. You know, the Democratic Party needs an entrepreneur like that. Also, as a woman gamer Twitch streamer, she has had opposition research on her dedicated, so we already know all of her controversies. So there's no new controversy. Also, her controversies look funny in comparison to like what happens to politicians. So at least she's got like Oppo on lock. You know what I mean? I guess you could say that about everybody, myself included, if you're a Twitch streamer. So if we were to allow Canadians to be on the VP ticket, I mean, I gave someone who's Turkish and not born in America that opportunity. Might as well give that to Pokemon as well. Sure, why not? And last but not least, is America ready for a gay man? Well, considering that I put 2 gay men on the no shot category, okay, obviously I got to put a 3rd gay man on the no shot category. Austin Show goes into the no shot category. He brings no votes. Like what? Oregon? Are we contesting Oregon? Can he even bring us Oregon in terms of votes? Probably not. And is America ready for a gay VP? I don't think so. He can't even show up to his own podcast. Yeah, he'll turn Oregon red. So that's it. That's my final list. Some serious, some not serious. But yeah, this is what I believe is the best pathway forward. This is what I believe we must do to solve America, to fix America. Okay. I've done it. I finished it. I finished this goddamn tier list. You guys were chirping at me. Oh, 3 days to finish a tier list, you said? Well, it turns out I can do it in 2. Okay?